Onto this now, where Chantel Nthabeleng Hlongoane has released her first book titled Triumph Over Satanic Manipulations. She shares experience on how she fell target into what she deems kingdom of darkness. She joins us now to tell us more. Chantel, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about the book. What's the inspiration behind this book?
The inspiration behind the book is to enlighten the people in the world that there is always victory at the end of every situation. So in a sense that we go through certain challenges spiritually, and then we come to the manifestation of those challenges that we encounter physically. So I want to enlighten many people that life is a spiritual battle. Yes.
What has been the response to the book?
The people that have read the book so far is that they've learned certain things that they were not aware of. They were made aware of the spiritual implications that are actually happening in the world entirely. Yes.
Talk to us about how long it took you to write the book, and who did you first approach when you thought about writing a book?
The first person that I approached, it was my father in the Lord, of which is my pastor, and then the book that I actually, because the reason why I wrote it like last year. It took me about a year to complete it, but because it's spiritual experiences, real spiritual experiences, what I went through personally as an individual. So I was encouraged to write it and to share my experiences that I went through.
What did it teach you about yourself, going through this book and writing it from start to finish and finally seeing it, the final product?
Well, it taught me prayer, because there are challenges that I came across while writing the book. So it taught me how to pray. It taught me how to put my trust in God. Yes.
What for you? What were the highlights of putting this book together?
The highlights. Let me just. The highlights of putting the book together were that there was once a time in my life whereby I went through a situation of being a victim of being initiated into the kingdom of darkness. So me having to be initiated into that kingdom, I was not willing to serve a certain God in the kingdom of darkness, because I'm a Christian actually. So I was forced to be a servant of the devil outside my own will, which actually encouraged me, and it brought some inspiration to my spirit and soul that if you believe in a certain thing, then you should stand upon the thing that you are believing in.
And what are you teaching other young people in terms of the experiences that you went through?
I want to teach them that life is a spiritual battle. It's a battleground, and then that things that we do subconsciously that lead us to being initiated into a certain kingdom. You can be initiated subconsciously, and you can also be initiated cautiously. So as a youth, you need to depend on God. You have to depend on prayer, because there's so many youth outside that are actually lost in the world. There's so many youth that are doing things that are outside the will of God for our lives. So I want to bring enlightenment also to the youth that as young as we are, we can serve God. A generation out of us can actually arise of serving God and depending on God fully.
All right, Chantel, thank you so much for talking to us. Chantel Nthabeleng Hlongoane is speaking to us about her latest offering. It is titled Triumph Over Satanic Manipulations.